The Ulan line is one of Australia's most scenic railway lines, located in the beautiful Hunter Valley region in New South Wales. The line is one of the country's busiest coal transit routes, with mines on the western side of the Hunter Valley mining millions of tonnes of coal for export via the Port of Newcastle, roughly 200 kilometres east on the Pacific Ocean. Rail operators Pacific National, Aurizon and at the time of filming One Rail Australia do the heavy lifting across the valley, hauling trains over 1.5 kilometres long. The standard gauge 1,435mm or 4 foot and 8.5 inch railway bends and climbs throughout the Hunter Valley, from Muswellbrook to Gulgong, with several mines on the western end of the line providing coal for these massive trains several times daily. At Walla Loop, a Aurizon-loaded coal train AT718 crosses an empty Pacific National service, which departs from the loop with distributed power used on both services, with locomotive TT132 in the middle of the Pacific National service and locomotive 5002 on the rear of the Aurizon service. Rear Loco 5002 follows its train into Walla Tunnel, with dynamic braking engaged after the train peaks at the top of the grade at the eastern end of the loop. One Rail Australia's coal operations in the Hunter Valley and Queensland were taken over by the Magnetic Rail Group, otherwise known as East Coast Rail, in early 2023, with the non-coal part of the business in South Australia and Northern Territory now in the hands of Aurizon. Train UL243 to Ulan powers away after awaiting clearance onto the main line at Coggin Loop. Class Leader GWU 001 along with GWU 008 and XRN 003 lead the train. Originally known as QR National until 2012, Aurizon purchased One Rail Australia last year, with the ACCC allowing the purchase under the understanding One Rail's coal assets in New South Wales and Queensland would be sold, which they were, to the Magnetic Rail Group in early 2023. Running through the valley alongside the Bylong River is loaded Aurizon coal train AT718, which is hauled using distributed power to evenly distribute the load of the heavy train, with locomotive 5026 leading and 5002 trailing. Climbing the steep 1 in 50 to 75 grade out of Cox Gap Tunnel number 1 is empty Pacific National coal train MR279 to Moolarben, with locomotives 9032, 9028 and 9027 leading the train.